Hello, my gorgeously creative beauties. I'm so glad you're joining me for another week in the studio. We're still on the Alternative Surfaces to UPO series, and we're doing episode 5, part 1. This is clay, but with a caveat. So, the tools you're going to need, the supplies, you're going to need some air dry clay, some plasticine clay by Montmart will also work. You're going to need some water, a shish kebab skewer, some kind of roller for your clay. This is an acrylic roller. A brayer. You'll need a brayer, something smaller than your roller. Then you need some sort of a container, an armature with a flat top so that you can use it for the inside of your bowl. And you'll need a piece of plastic wrap to go over your armature so that your clay doesn't stick to your armature. So, sorry for the jump in cameras. I have had a horrendous week. We are starting with a pinch pot, so go ahead and build that pinch pot out. You want to make it big enough to go over whatever armature you're going to use. And you can use anything. I happen to be using just the bottom of a glass jar, but you can use whatever size, whatever shape you want to use. I had actually done this entire project in one video, had done the voiceover, was completely ready. Okay, to stop that for a second, you're going to want to try it on your armature, and if it doesn't fit, just keep building the pinch pot out a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger until it does fit on your armature. But I had had the entire thing created and ready to go for you guys, and I went to upload it on my old phone, and it wouldn't upload, and I wound up losing all of the footage. So my entire video is gone. I had to start completely over, and I wound up finding this footage, of course, after I had made another bowl, but what can you do? So you're going to want to use your acrylic roller and really adhere that to the top of your armature so that it forms the shape of whatever armature you're using. Again, I'm just using this glass jar. I actually bought it to make candles in, and I haven't gotten that far yet. So it works really well to make these clay bowls because of the flat top. And remember, you want something with a flat top. So if your clay gets a little dry, just wet your roller or your hands or the clay itself with a little bit of water, and it'll make it a lot easier to work with. So I had lost all my footage and wound up having to get a new phone. But I found this little part of footage that I could use, and it was better than the footage of the other bowl that I made. So I'm going ahead and using this footage. So I'm sorry for the jump back and forth between cameras. I know that it's confusing, and I didn't realize how bad my old camera was until I saw the footage from my new camera. So anyway, in case you're interested, I got a Samsung S20 Ultra, and I absolutely love it so far. There are a lot of differences between the S20 Ultra and the S9 Plus that I had before, but I am enjoying the new camera so far, the new phone. There are a lot of differences though, so I'm still trying to figure out how to use it. But anyway, you just want to take your roller and then your brayer and kind of roll down your clay so that it forms the shape of whatever armature you're using. It's not difficult. Just go across the top so that it's nice and flat and go across the sides, go down the sides and go around the sides. You're really just trying to build the armature so that the clay is even and around the armature and that you have a nice shape to it. So that's all I'm doing here. I'm just trying to keep it. The clay has a tendency to expand as it goes down the sides of the armature. So you wind up with this bowl that has kind of flared edges, and that's not the look I'm going for. So I keep just rolling around the sides of the clay. And you can see here where I pinch it sometimes and roll over that, trying to get rid of that excess area. I don't want the flared edges. So maybe you do, and that would be a great look, and you can certainly do that. But that wasn't the look I wanted for my bowl. So I'm just going to keep rolling down the sides, trying to keep it as close to the armature as I can. I hope you guys are having a good week, a much better week than I've had so far. We also sadly had a death in our family. My adopted 6-week-old grandson passed away. So I've been busy trying to do the funeral, and that was a learning experience in itself. So I apologize for not posting exactly at a week. I've been really busy, and then with the phone problem, it's just been a nightmare of a week. So I hope you understand why I'm a little bit late posting this and why I'm going to post this in 2 separate parts. So we're doing the first part now. And yes, you can use alcohol inks on clay. They work wonderfully well on polymer clay. Unfortunately, I lost my video and my pictures that I was going to share with you about polymer clay. So I will try to do those again and show them to you in part 2. But alcohol inks are wonderful on polymer clay. So anyway, I'm just smoothing out my bowl. I cut out a lot of this footage because it's just repetitive. You just want to keep smoothing the bowl out with your fingers, adding some water when you need to. I'm pinching the bowl again. I like that organic lumpy shape. And so I don't mind these lumps that these pinches create. I kind of like them. And I also, if you notice, the top of my bowl is not even at all. It's not straight across. It's very organic. It goes up and down. And that's the look I'm going for. If you wanted to, you could take an X-Acto knife or some other kind of cutter and just cut around the top of your bowl and make that an even lip to your bowl. It would be wonderful either way. It's totally up to you guys. But I wanted this organic shape since it's a paper clay air dry bowl. I wanted this organic shape to it. I didn't want it real straight and pristine looking. I wanted the wonkiness. I'm a wonky kind of person. So it's a little bit wild and wacky, but that's the kind of look I was going for, real rustic. So I just kept fiddling with the bowl until I got the shape that I wanted. And there, it looks pretty good, don't you think? Looks like a bowl. So next we're going to take a bamboo skewer, and we'll hear in just a minute, maybe. And we're going to start poking some. Okay, so now we're back to the new footage and the new bowl that I had to make. But we're going to take the bamboo skewer and we're going to make some holes in the bowl. And I make them probably, oh, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch down from the top. You can make yours anywhere you want to. But I make 8 holes in the bowl. I make them directly across from each other. So I just do 2 across from each other and then flip the bowl and do 2 more across from each other and then just space the other four holes equally around the rest of the bowl. It's very simple to do. And here in just a second, I'll show you another method where you can just flip it through all the way through the bowl. Now, if you forget and don't poke the holes in your bowl, that's okay. You can use one of these hand drills and drill the holes in the bowl after your bowl has dried. It's really not a big deal. It's really easy to do. So don't freak if you forget to add the holes. And if you don't want to add the holes, you certainly don't have to. That's another option. I just like adding these because of what we're going to do with them at the end. And again, this was all in one video at one point, but now you're going to have to wait for part 2 because I got to wait for my bowl to dry. But I wanted to get something out there so that you guys didn't think that I forgot about you. Because I didn't. I've been thinking about you lots and arguing with my phone and going to T-Mobile to see if they can retrieve lost data. And it turns out they cannot. Sometimes when it's lost, it's just lost. So I'm continuing to poke the holes in the bowl. And after you poke the holes, it's important to smooth the clay around the poked hole. Otherwise, you wind up with these funky lumps that just don't look appealing. So that's what I'm doing right there, is just smoothing that clay out. It only takes a second. But then I'm repoking the hole just to make sure that the smoothed clay didn't block the hole that I just poked. Very simple. This really is an easy project, and you get some great results, which you'll see when you tune in for part 2. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I will post it as soon as the bowl dries. So, couple days and we'll be good to go. And I will also show you what the caveat is. So I'm glad that you joined me. I hope that this made sense. I hope that you like the project so far. I can't wait to show you the rest. And I really, really want you to have a wonderful week. Take good care. And I will see you back for part 2 of part 5, episode 5, part 2, clay, when we finish the bowl. Thanks for watching. I'm so glad you joined me and I hope you learned something. Take care and we'll see you soon. Bye.